Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from CinemaSound.com. Today we're going to be looking at what kind of speakers should we use to build a surround sound system in our project studio or in our home. And there's a bunch of ideas and there's a host of speakers that we can find all over the place to use, but only a few that I would recommend, all of which come from our friends at JBL. Now, whenever you're doing any kind of mixed speaker choice, certainly in surround sound, we want speakers that are extremely flat sounding, not like a Bose headset or something like this, or a Bose speaker or Beats or whatever. We got lots of low frequencies, lots of high frequencies, mid frequencies are reduced. Why? Because if we mix on those, we're going to tend to want to bring down the lows and the highs because they're already amped. And then when we take our mixes out to other places, it'll sound awful, really mid-rangey and honky. We don't want that at all. We want a beautiful, nice flat sound mixed so that it sounds good on our flat speakers, so that when we take it anywhere in someone's car, in someone's computer speakers, or their headphones, it sounds great. Well, where do we find these speakers? Well, generally you can find the JBL speakers that I'm speaking about on Amazon.com. They're usually free shipping and usually the best price. So, what kind of speakers are we talking about for surround sound? Well, now let's talk about the subwoofer for the LFE or the low frequency effects channel. What do we get there? Because that's kind of a fundamental piece that then sets up all the rest of the full range speakers to work. Now you can get any kind of subwoofer you want as long as it's flat from 90 hertz or so down, because that's where that crossover is going to be, to keep all the high frequencies out of the subwoofer so we don't damage the amplifier or the speaker and don't overdrive or force that gigantic speaker to have to move really fast to make high frequencies. We don't want that at all. We want only low frequencies to go through that sub for the LFE channel. Well, one point in my life, I actually grabbed the subwoofer out of my car and then ran it into a regular amplifier. And, I still have that sub. I have it in my entertainment system in my home theater. It actually works pretty good. It was a kicker comp. It's all beat up now, back from the 90s. Still working, 10 inches, fine for entertainment. But we don't want to use that stuff when we're doing mixing because there's weird frequency humps and phase issues and all those kinds of things. So we want to have a subwoofer that works pretty well for generally anything that we might do. And we want to buy a subwoofer that's going to last us as we continue to upgrade our speaker systems, as you'll see in a moment why it's going to be so easy for us and price effective to do so. So for me, it's all about the LSR 3 Series subwoofer, which is about $400, kind of expensive given the speakers we're going to be talking about for the rest of the 5 full-range speakers. But it's a really solid speaker that's going to last, a powerful amplifier, crossover settings, and all those kinds of things it's basically directly linked to any of the 3 Series LSR 3 Series speakers, the 5, the 6, or the 8s. And that's sort of the bread and butter of the Project Studio 5.1 setup, those 305s, 306s, and 308s. So with that in mind, if we only have $300 more to spend on the other 5 speakers, we can do that in the form of the Series 104s. Now the 104s, these are super small footprint. They have a lot of output, not really good below 60 hertz, but if we get that good subwoofer, we get great results anyway. These have 3.5 millimeter inputs, 1/4 inch inputs, and this is actually the active side. There is a passive side. This is the passive side, and it's passive because all it has on the back are speaker inputs just here, but it basically is daisy-chained, or I guess parallel to the master. And this master takes very little power, sounds great, very flat, and is a coaxial speaker. As you can see, it looks like there's only one speaker in here, but there's actually 2, if I can turn this. There's the tweeter. It's actually coincident with the woofer, so no matter where you put your head, you're still going to get phase coherent high and low frequencies. You can buy 5 of these for under $300. They're $99 a pair. And with a good sub, you're actually going to get a really good mix in a small space, and it's going to translate. This is the Series 3 LSR 305 speaker, named because this woofer is about 5.5 inches or so, with a 1-inch tweeter dome, active powered. They're about $99 each, so you can buy 5 of them for less than $500. I have used this a ton. I've made more than one 5.1 setup with an LSR 3 Series subwoofer and done great mixes on these. Also, we've put about several dozen of these into Avenger Station. This is the Mark II variety. If you find a Mark I variety, they're really quite similar in value. Now, these have very different inputs. These have XLR inputs over there. I can't actually reach. Oh, there we go. There. And 1/4 inch TRS. There's the detanted volume, and then it has high frequency and low frequency attenuation, just in case your speaker gets too close to a wall or a mirror or something like this, where it would enhance or attenuate the frequencies in the wrong way. But a beautiful speaker gets plenty loud if you're close. Now, if you're 10 feet away, they're never going to work. They're not meant for that. They're near-field monitors. They are obviously in a more normal, if you will, presentation with the tweeter and woofer separate, which means that we want to have them this way or perhaps this way as well, so that the tweeter can be coincident with the woofer as we listen. We never want to have them sideways because as we move left and right, which we do often when we're sitting, we rarely go up and down when we're sitting, you're going to have all kinds of phase issues with any kind of two-way speaker like this. These are the LSR 305s. Their bigger brothers are the LSR 306s. Now these are, because these are 6 or so inches. Same thing, just more power and more low frequencies. The LSR 305s go down easily to 50 hertz, and these go even deeper. These are kind of the beautiful mixture of value between the 305s and their larger brother, the 308s, which are the same as this, just has a 8 big 8-inch woofer on the bottom, same tweeter on the top. And more power, of course. And in those, I strongly recommend you get the version 2, the Mark II 308s over the Mark 1s. But the 306s are good no matter what you get them. They're about $99 each. And for $500, you can get yourself a full range of these. So with the sub, about $800, you've got really a solid professional grade 5.1 setup, and you can put these out to about 8 feet and still have that 105 decibel peak sound coming from your center channel. Now, if you want to go big or go home, if that's your thing, then you want to upgrade your subwoofer to something far more professional in the $800 or $900 range and get yourself into the LSR 7 series from JBL, like the 708s. Now, I'm not going to pick up a 708 and show you because they weigh about 45 pounds, and I'm strong, but not that strong. They're amazing speakers. I have a pair of them. They're my main speakers here in studio and in Cinema Sound. They sound incredible. They're incredibly powerful. 10 feet away, no problem. They sound great without any distortion all the way up to 105 decibels. All the features that you want. In fact, digital EQ and gain attenuation, remote control, all kinds of great things. They were originally designed, as you've heard if you've watched any of our JBL interviews with the engineers up there in Harmon. They were originally designed for television trucks, so that's why the bass reflex port is on the front, so that it really throws things forward. And if you get strong, powerful, low frequencies coming, you almost don't need a subwoofer because they are so deep. But you get what you pay for at $2,000 a channel. So you would need, if you spent $1,500 on a good sub, $7,500. But that combined with speaker stands, you're into $8,000. I don't think that's a Project Studio 5.1s to do. And now you're into something where your wife is very unhappy that you've done this, but you're going to get a great sound. So to me, these are the speakers from $99 for a pair all the way out to $8,000 for a whole system that you can use. Again, there are links here in the description of this video to go purchase them straight away from Amazon and have them shipped to you for free. Almost certainly the best price you're going to find them anywhere. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If so, please subscribe to our channel and hit the little belly thing so you get more notifications. We do tons of videos all the time to try to get you that unfair competitive advantage in the multimedia independent marketplace when it comes to sound and immersion for your audiences. Also, come visit us at cinemasound.com, where we have hundreds of articles and videos to further that, including the world's only fully comprehensive 85-hour education that takes you from I don't know what sound is or how to deal with it. Maybe I'm a photographer, all the way to delivering in 5.1 surround and better. 85 hours of just about everything you could want, including a podcast education, which is also available, and how to use Adobe Audition, the audio presets for Final Cut, DaVinci, and Premiere Pro. Tons of resources to make sure that you, as an independent media creator, have every resource you need to create amazing, immersive sound for your audience. And we hope to see you at cinemasound.com. Until then, we'll see you in the studio.